this is a little different setting for us. I'm here in a boathouse, my friend Michael's boathouse, and this is a 1960 something Grand Banks. And so what I'm doing here is today I'm working on this pulpit and windlass. It is a piece of unfinished wood that I need to do a nice varnish job on. So there's quite a few holes in it though, I didn't notice. So anyways, what I'm doing here is picking up some side work here and there and trying to keep this dream alive of getting to Scotland, getting the forever boat. Mary will be here. I'm headed to Colorado at the end of this month, July 21st to the 31st, to meet her family. And the idea then is to come back here and just work as hard as I can, try to get enough money together to be able to buy that boat and keep going with the dream, right? So anyways, that's why I'm here, making money. Yeah, so I started up a little business. It's called Varnish King BC. And I've already got a couple gigs going. It's been going for less than a week now. And it started when we made a friend when Mary was here, Sebastian. And he's living on his boat and he's having some mobility issues. I think I explained that in the last episode. And so, he just asked me to give him a hand with a few little odd jobs. And then as I started talking with him, I learned that he had Varnish King, and he did it for decades as a little side gig. And, so I stole his name and just started putting some flyers out, did a post on Instagram and some Facebook stuff, and I picked up a few gigs. So I'm working on two different boats right now. One is a Bayfield that I'm just doing all the wood trim on it. And then this boat, Michael has given me a few different projects to work on it. This pulpit here being the first one. And, we'll just go from there. There's a lot of work to do on this boat. Such a beautiful boat. And so it's going to be fun to just work on it on an ongoing basis. And the other thing that's neat about this is that it's in a boat shed. So right now it's really hot outside and I'm getting a lot of sun. My face is probably pretty red. And so the plan is for this week just to work on the Bayfield, which is outside, in the mornings. And I'll start getting some early starts in the morning so I can work in the cool weather. And then come here in the afternoon and it's nice and cool. And I can just work away, controlled environment. So, there's some confusion, which I don't understand. Maybe I just haven't communicated properly, but the plan is still to sail to Scotland. That's the number one goal, get to Scotland. I've said all along, I wanted two things. I wanted to learn to sail and then sail to Scotland And, you know, I wanted to find my forever person. And so that's still the plan. One of those things I think has been accomplished, pretty sure. Don't want to speak for Mary, but Mary and I are talking a lot about the future and, you know, what that looks like and what our dreams are together. And you know, I'll let her tell her story. She's an accomplished sailor. She sailed in her 20s on a big ship and cut her chops, sailing chops in the Sea of Cortez. And so I'll let her tell that story later when she's on the show. But so right now, she's just back in Colorado trying to get things sorted. And my plan here is to just work at, you know, getting the finances together, getting the channel going, work on these odd jobs, build up the savings so that we can start looking at some boats, you know, continue that dream. In the meantime, of course, we're still going to do a lot of sailing, especially when she gets here, explore some beaches that we want to see and some different destinations, explore that wild food that I keep talking about. Like, food is a huge part. We talk about it all the time, how important it is to us. And I just feel like I'm not doing a very good job of that right now. I'm just trying to keep my head above water, literally and figuratively. So getting jobs like this together go a long ways. Staying in the marina is definitely more expensive than being out at anchor, but it's infinitely more comfortable. I guess let me tell you some of the things that happened here this week. So this episode here, I had friends Rick and Anna come for a visit. Look who's here. They have an old, I don't even know what year it is, 60s. Some 60-something trawler, so Penta. So they came for a visit. So that was fun to hang out with them for a couple of nights and visit.
2, 3. There we go. Distracted by getting so
Okay, can swing it. They took off early yesterday morning and they're going to spend a week exploring the Channel Islands. And then on Sunday, some friends that I've met here in the marina, we all went out for a sail on Avenger, which is that Sparkman and Stevens boat that we're looking at that we really like. So it was just fun to take that for a test sail and see what I think about it, how it sails, and it sails amazing. We were in maybe 15 to 20 knots of wind, and we were heeled right over to the tow rails and going pretty fast, 10 knots, almost 10 knots. And it was so much fun to be out sailing again.
A little heavier than This Sauvage, eh?
Yeah, a little heavier than mine. Everything's good up here at the boot, at the mast then?
Yep. Put another wrap on. And that wood channel you brought back?
Yep. They went.
I think you're there. Yeah, that's good. I always go the other way. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah. That's a nice breeze on this week. Yeah. That's more than I thought there was going to be here. Hey, we got a race. There's a boat over there.
It's always a race.
Woo! It's 5 knots, just like that.
We're sailing, boys.
Just let me know when you're filming so I don't say things you can edit.
I can edit.
Oh, this is awesome.
Dude,
She feel good?
I love this boat, dude.
So do I.
I love this boat. And Alec, what are you thinking?
I'm having a very good time here. This is perfect conditions, good company, and just the right breeze.
We're doing 5.6 knots.
Like that.
Captain Dan owns Avenger II
For now.
for now.
You thinking of changing the name?
We can't talk about that right now.
Is that bad luck?
Yeah, can't talk about that.
We're smoking this guy.
That balanced,
She
eh?
gets in the grooves and she just goes in 30 knots. The same thing. You let go of it. In the light air, it'll fall down, and the wind picks up, it comes up again. And then you just, when it doesn't quite come up, because the wind's a little soft right now, we'll just give it a little tweak like that. And then look at how much it reacted already.
So we're sailing today on Avenger II. Dan owns this boat. It is a 1960 something, early 60s Sparkman Stevens. And this is the boat that Mary and I looked at. And I don't know, there's something special happening here with this boat. So anyways, just out for sea trials, and it just flies. Like, they were saying about 10 knots of wind. It doesn't feel that. And we're doing 6 knots. Like, it's just flying, and it's so smooth. So anytime there's 2 sailboats together, there's a race. And we're smoking those guys. Very smooth.
I've never actually measured the length of water.
Just feels so awesome to be out sailing again.
Up to weather, so you have to steer. You shouldn't have to steer at all.
Okay, great.
This guy's moving along pretty good.
Yeah, we're not counting him.
before we did.
Oh, we're lot of sailboats.
Yeah, this deal is really hard to pull in. If you head up into the wind a little bit, there you got the wheel down now. Head up into the wind.
Yeah, headed there.
Knuckles going right up close to it.
You got it, John? Otherwise, I can. Okay. What do you think, John?
That's all. Yeah, well, right, yeah.
A little tough to cook under these conditions.
Yeah. What do you think, Rick?
A little different than Enjoy. Vis Sauvage.
Yeah, a little. It's so much more stable, hey? Like you just
Yeah.
don't feel the waves, you don't feel, well, you feel the wind because you're heeled over.
Right. Well, she's got the length actually.
Okay, I think she was actually launched in '63 from New Zealand. And he sailed it up to Hawaii. He got into financial trouble, from what I understand. I don't have facts for that, but that seems the story. And a guy named Parker from Vancouver was on holiday down there, and he saw the boat chained to the dock, and he bought it and had a couple of guys sail it up here. In 1965, it was sailed here, and then it was a stripped out race boat. Probably for the first 30 years of its life, yeah. When did you buy it? I bought it 20 years ago. 2000.
Just falling in love with this boat. Just sails so smoothly. I mean, it's not that rough, but on Vis Sauvage, you'd be feeling these waves, and here it's just cutting straight through, doing about 7 knots consistently now. Just such a wonderful boat. Got to try to figure out a way to make this work. I just texted Mary some video of the boat, us sailing, me at the helm, and she just texted me back that she was here, so and yeah, it's pretty special. What were you saying about the Sparkman Stevens?
Yeah, it's
They designed a boat
has a lot
that
of yards in Dodge.
fast and seaward.
Yeah.
They'll take anything as far as the sea goes. And you ask anybody that knows anything about boats, they'll tell you Sparkman Stevens was probably the best designer from the day. Hell, he built his first boat in 1930s in the Depression,
I guess
and did the transatlantic race and won, and then won the race back again. Yeah.
It does have a classic yacht design
Yeah.
to it. Like the lines are classic.
Oh, totally
yachts.
classic. Yeah.
Like, you know,
these
like,
lines go back to the 30s.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's got that that classic sort of
the wrong way.
Martha's Vineyard
If a
yacht.
If a boat is pretty, it sails well.
Yeah, there you go.
Typically,
Yeah.
it's very true. You look around, like the ugly boats usually don't sail very well.
Okay, so we're here with Alec. Alec he was a retired ferry captain. So Alec was the guy that was driving the huge ferries, right?
Like that one there, coming
like
this way.
like the one bearing down on us. So tell everybody what you just told us about what is the best thing to do for a small boat captain
Well,
when you're encountering a ferry.
when I'm observing a small boat from the bridge of a ferry, which can be quite large, I appreciate it if the small boat either keeps doing what it's doing, unless it's positively reckless, or makes a bold alteration to get out of the way. So something really affirmative, so we're not guessing what your next maneuver is. You're doing something, and then we can deal with that.
And so you were telling us too that, because I was always so nervous about getting in the way of a ferry because they're so big, and I just imagine them not being able to react at all. But you're saying no, like you can make them do what you want.
For a ship that size, they're fairly maneuverable, and they don't stop immediately, but they do maneuver quite well. So we can change course and, you know, work with things. We're not sort of on a train track where something gets in the way, we're helpless. We have options.
Cool. I feel a little better now that I know you, because I was always so nervous
Well,
about
they are a bit nervous.
You know, yeah, like
Yeah.
I'll still be nervous.
When we've been out racing, I've seen the ferries alter course to go to the back of the race to go behind us.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I go by the rules of the road, basically. If you're a sailboat, well, then I'm going to go around you. You have the right of way.
Okay.
If you're a power-driven vessel with the right of way, I'll go around you.
But me
It's
being
not-
a sailor, I stay out of the way of the ferry.
That's my
No, that's
Yeah.
another good thing.
Try and
Yeah.
treat it with as much respect as we can,
Like,
because
he's a burdened vessel compared to me.
all right. Well, we're
I'm
gonna
a
hit the
lot more
island.
maneuverable than a ferry is.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
We're gonna hit the island before the
Oh, we
ferry
got a
gets
long way to go.
Yeah, we got a long
Stay
way to
right
go.
there.
We can bear off again. Come on.
We'll just slide down the side of the island.